Well, my friends, we're on an 8-1 run in the NBA. Let's just keep this rolling. I went out and got some road coffee today, so we're ready to go. Let's have a great day before the All-Star break. Welcome back to the channel, my friends. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. Y'all ready to make this loot in the NBA today? We got your best bets for the NBA here for you today on Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Player props, spreads, predictions, as always. We're going to have 4 picks on tap that I think are great value bets here for this Thursday NBA slate. As always, if you're all new to the channel, make sure you guys drop a like and a subscribe. And also, if you're a returning viewer, make sure you guys hit that like button as well. Appreciate all of you guys. You guys absolutely rock. Great day yesterday, guys. Another terrific day in the NBA. We're on an 8-1 run. 4-1 yesterday. Unfortunately, the Grizzlies did not deliver for us to give us that sweep, but it is what it is, guys. It's just one of those things that happens. We'll go over our recap here in a little bit. Got a couple quick announcements for you. A couple things. Check out all of our links down below. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Of course, our Discord page as well. Great ways to connect with our community. Drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section as well. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. We'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Speaking of our comment cappers, guys, we had Eric and me once again in the chat calling Austin Reaves over 4.5 assists. Great call out there from Eric me. We love to see it. Absolute legend at the channel, guys. That was our only comment capper call out. Make sure you guys also check out our Straight Fire MVP program as well, guys. Get access to all of our picks and our plays early as an MVP. Cost is just $3.99 per month. Great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel. It's like I always say, it's best to get them early lines. As always, it's a lot less stress when you can cash earlier in a bet instead of taking the line when it moves, which is, like I said, happened a lot lately. So shout out our newest Straight Fire MVPs, Matthew Kaler, Mohamed Katubu, and Ambitious Abe. Appreciate you guys for signing up. Our 3 new Straight Fire MVPs, so appreciate you guys. It also is a great way to support the channel, what we do here. It helps support us here. If you also want to support the channel and in a different way, and you guys looking to get some merch here at Straight Fire, we finally have our merch available. I'm actually super excited about this, guys. So I'll put that up on the screen. There's a link to our store down below in the pinned comment, also in the description. You should be able to click that little button up at the top right corner, I believe it is, of your screen as well. That'll take you to our store, or at least show you where it is. And then we have about 6 items that you could buy: a mug, a bunch of shirts. I love the Allen shirt. It's all in, but it's Allen. It's a bear. It's got a little emblem on it. It's pretty funny. But that's a pretty cool shirt. So check that out if you guys are interested in buying some merch. It helps support us here as well. And like I said, it's just something fun that we've been working on for a while. So that's been in the works for a long time. Finally got that stuff available. So excited about that. All right, enough on all that, guys. You guys are here for the picks. But let's do a quick recap from yesterday. Like I said, 4-1. We swept all our player props once again. 4-0 on our player props, and we missed our spread pick. We cashed Klay Thompson over 14.5 points. He gets us done early third quarter. Those were actually his last points. He got the 17. He attempted 19 shots, which I love seeing that post pick, knowing that we were in the right spot there. Tobias Harris, I don't know what the books are doing here, guys. Over 20.5 points and rebounds. Once again, cashes pretty easily there. I mean, he did cash it late. Actually, it wasn't that easy. I think he was sitting at he was sitting at 18 or 19 late in the fourth quarter, and he finally got it done. But he was at 16 at halftime, so I thought it'd be a little bit easier than that, to be honest with you. Kevin Durant, over 9.5 rebounds and assists. He got this done, I believe, in the third quarter. Finished with 14, so we love to see that. Absolutely easy there as well. Rudy Gobert, over 23.5 points and rebounds. Doesn't get any easier on him either. Cashes once again in the third quarter. So I think 3 of our 4 player props cashed in the third quarter. Tobias Harris, I thought was going to cash in the third quarter. He ended up cashing in the fourth. But overall, a pretty sweat-free day on our player props. Our spread pick, the Grizzlies, plus 4.5, unfortunately was a mess. The Grizzlies just didn't have it last night. They did rule out Ja Morant ahead of the game. I'm going to be honest, though. That didn't really bother me too much because I'm used to betting on the Grizzlies without Ja Morant, and they usually play pretty well without him too. So it obviously, it is frustrating they get rolled out, but it didn't really bother me all that much. I kind of thought maybe they could do something like that, so it wasn't out of the realm of possibility. But they just didn't have it last night. Lost by 14. But that's all right, though, guys. We're going to get back after today. We're on the 8-1 run still in the NBA. We're crushing the NBA over the last couple days. Let's keep that rolling, guys. Let's get right into our picks here for today. At number 1, we got DeMar DeRozan over 27.5 PRAs here for the Sacramento Kings. Minus 120 odds on FanDuel. My brain was just skipping a beat there for a minute. I actually think this is a free square today. For what that's worth. This is definitely got to be my favorite play on the board today. I just think there's no way he doesn't hit this line tonight. He's 57% this season, 68% on the road, so you're getting him in his better environment there on the road. 7 of his last 8 versus the Pelicans with a 34.9 PRA average. That's well above the line, obviously, which you'd love to see. Pelicans here, most points and 10th most assists allowed to small forwards. So obviously this matchup, like I said, is a premium matchup as far as DeRozan. I think he's going to absolutely eat the Pelicans alive once again, like he did last night there. 3 for his last 3 on back-to-backs. So if you guys are worried about how he does on a back-to-back, he does just fine. Back-to-backs do not affect this guy. He's done very well there. Also 3 for 5 this season with Zach LaVine in the lineup. So like I said, I think DeRozan is absolutely going to have another huge game versus the Pelicans. The matchup, like I said, just too good for him. And his volume obviously has been pretty good. So I think once again we're going to see DeMar DeRozan go over. Like I said, I think this got to be my favorite play on the board. To me, this one really stood out as a free play today. This one will probably wind up in our ladder challenge. I didn't talk about that, by the way, guys. We did miss day 1 of our ladder challenge yesterday as well. We didn't get the Tyler Herro rebounds. But DeMar DeRozan, this could be in our ladder challenge today when we put it out later. I honestly think this is a free square today. So, love it there for number 1 pick, guys. We got DeMar DeRozan over 27.5 PRAs here for the Sacramento Kings. We're going minus 120 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 2, I think once again you're getting great value here again as well. We're going Stephen Curry over 25.5 points here for the Golden State Warriors. Minus 106 odds on FanDuel. Guys, we got Stephen Curry 42% this season, 43% on the road to this line. Doesn't sound that good, right? But what I want to talk about is what have you done for me lately? 7 of his last 10 to this line, averaging over 22 shots per game. And he's still, obviously, before Jimmy got there, he had a couple games where he had like 30 shots. But even with Jimmy Butler, he's averaging over 20 shots per game. He's been putting the ball up, and he shot horribly last night. He did not shoot well at all last night, and he still finished with 25. So I think once again, I believe he was 9 for 23. I think he got 23 shots up last night. Not one of his better shooting performances. So he's still firing, and I think he'll continue to see that in a game where this is a marquee game really in the West. Warriors-Rockets, right? Rockets near the top of the standings. Warriors, the familiar shoe, adding the pieces that they've got. So this is going to be a great game in the NBA tonight. I'm expecting him to play and also make a statement. Last game before the All-Star break, I don't think you got to worry about like any type of minutes problems or anything like that. All these games are back-to-backs for everybody because every single team played yesterday. So, like I said, I don't think you got to worry about Curry playing or how many minutes he'll play and how many shots he'll take. I think he's going to put the ball up tonight, and once again, I think you'll see him fly over this line. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in the mid-30s, honestly, tonight. That's why I love his 25.5 line here tonight. He's gone 6 of his last 8 versus the Rockets to this line. Now, you guys are like, yeah, Rockets are a great defensive team, Steve. Are you sure you want to take a points over versus this Rockets team? Well, they don't particularly defend the point guard position too well. They allow the 9th most points to point guards on the season. And I think at this point, for me, even with that aside, I think Curry's a little bit matchup proof here right now. If he's going to put the ball up that much, you know how good of a shooter he is. He can find openings versus just about anybody. He's done this for how many years now? 10 plus years, 15 plus years. It might be 15 years now. He's done this for a very long time. I remember when I was I remember when I was in high school, I was watching, and this was 15 years ago, guys. Almost 16 years ago. I was watching him with Davidson, and I think that year after, I think he went to the NBA. So it must be like 14 or 15 years now. So he's been doing this a long time, guys. I think once again he gets this done. So love it there for number 2 pick, guys. We got Stephen Curry over 25.5 points here for the Golden State Warriors. Going minus 106 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 3, we're going Anthony Edwards over 5.5 rebounds here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minus 130 odds on DraftKings, 1.3 units here on this play. So yes, I'm going to lay the juice here. I don't usually like taking stuff that's even in the minus 130 range. I usually have a cutoff of like minus 125. But I love this one so much. And the 6.5 was very tempting to take for plus value. But I'm like, you know what? I'll just lay a little bit more on something I feel a little bit better about. And I think you're still getting great value on this line. There's a lot of reasons why I like this, so I'll get right into it here. Anthony Edwards, 55% this season, 54% at home. So everything, all factors independent of each other, he still is pretty decent in cash in this line. We saw him, though, get 7 rebounds in their matchup with the Thunder earlier this season, so obviously I like seeing that. The biggest part I like about this right now, 5 for 5 this season without Julius Randle in the lineup. So I kind of got this idea, actually, from my friend Got to Get the Bag. I was talking to him about this, and he's been riding Anthony Edwards' rebounds here of late. And I'm like, you know what? I think this is a good spot here to jump on him. Thunder here allowing the 13th most rebounds to shooting guards and the most rebounds to point guards. So what am I saying with that? Guards get rebounds versus OKC. Point guard, shooting guard, doesn't really matter. Last night we saw Alec Burks for the Miami Heat get 9 rebounds versus the Thunder. And he was listed at shooting guard. So, like I said, Anthony Edwards obviously has been very dominant of both scoring, passing, rebounding. This guy's doing everything for this team right now. And I'd be surprised if he doesn't grab 6 rebounds tonight. With the Thunder on a back-to-back, by the way. Thunder on a back-to-back, I think, also helps. It's not like their legs are going to be fresh, so when they're shooting, I could see them, missing more shots. And Thunder are actually favored by 8 in this game, which kind of have a lean on the Timberwolves to cover this spread as well. With them being at home and the Thunder traveling. And obviously, as long as the Timberwolves have everyone else playing, I think I would take the Timberwolves to cover. But that's not going to be an official pick. I like Edwards obviously a lot more just to grab some rebounds. And I think once again here, guys, I think this is a good spot here for Edwards without Randle. And I think he'll get over this line. So love it there for number 3 pick, guys. We got Anthony Edwards over 5.5 rebounds. Here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minus 130 odds on DraftKings, 1.3 units on that play. Okay, and finally at number 4, guys, this line is moving. So get this one as early as you can. Bam Adebayo, over 33.5 PRAs here for the Miami Heat. Minus 110 odds on ESPN Bet. So a lot of reasons why this line are moving, I think, are twofold. A, Adebayo's been crushing this line of late. He's 7 of his last 9 to this line. 5 of his last 6 on the road, so Adebayo's been doing great, obviously, of late. Some question marks here for the Heat as far as injuries go. Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, both out last night with an illness, so I don't know if they'll play again tonight. That, obviously, if they're out, will only help his volume, but I'm not really worried too much either way. Those guys aren't prime-time scorers. Adebayo is going to get a lot of looks here. The biggest thing that really stands out, obviously, is the injuries for the Dallas Mavericks, right? We saw Anthony Davis go down, when they just got him, didn't even play a full game. He went down. Gafford recently got injured. And, of course, Dwight Powell is out. So that's 3 of their bigs out. So it's like, who are you left with? Right now they're left with Kessler Edwards. And that's pretty much it for their bigs. And obviously I think Adebayo could take advantage of that matchup. Last 7 games, we've seen the Mavericks allowing the 2nd most points, the 7th most assists to centers. And really, if you look, that includes last night's game with Golden State, who Golden State doesn't have really a center. They have Kevon Looney who comes off the bench. Obviously, the Warriors go small, which they pretty much did last night. So they don't really have a true big. Bam Adebayo is a true big. So I think they get this guy to him on the post. He's going to be able to absolute feast from 10 feet in. I think he's going to absolutely dominate this game. Scoring, rebounding, pretty much everything. Heat are actually favored in this game because all the injuries going on with Dallas, Heat are actually favored by 1.5 on the road at Dallas, which initially would be a shocking number. When you see all the injuries, you kind of understand why. that is. So, like I said, the matchup for me, insanely good for Adebayo. It's kind of like we talked about with Gobert versus Milwaukee last night, why I love Gobert so much with the injury situation with Giannis out. It's similar here with Adebayo, where obviously he's got a higher line because he's a more skilled offensive player. But once again, I think you'll see him fly over this number. And he's been doing great of late. Adebayo, I believe he had 46 last night, PRAs. So he crushed the line last night. I think he'll crush it once again. I expect him to get 40 plus tonight. So love it there for number 4 pick, guys. We got Bam Adebayo over 33.5 PRAs, minus 110 odds on ESPN Bet. All right, guys, going to do it for our picks. Like I said, check out our merchandise store. I'm super excited about it, so I'm going to put it up on the screen one more time. Like I said, we just debuted this. I'm super excited to get this rolling. We got some really cool stuff. We got some really cool designs that we've been putting together for months and just waiting to debut this. So I am excited about that. So if you guys want to support us here at the channel, definitely get yourself some Straight Fire swag. Got a lot of cool shirts and a mug and different things like that. And like I said, it goes a long way in supporting us. And also consider our Straight Fire MVP membership, guys, just $3.99 a month. You get access to all of our picks and our plays early, shoutouts and videos, custom emojis, roll colors, stuff like that. Like I said, it goes a long way. Just that $3.99 a month does help out a lot. We had 3 signups yesterday, so you guys killed it yesterday. Let's see if we can get 3 more today. That would be huge. And like I said, I'm excited for the merch to come out. I'm going to start wearing it when we get in. I got one of my shirts in, so I'm geeking out a little bit. I am actually excited about it. But I appreciate you guys, the love that you guys have shown. You guys have been an amazing community. So we were talking through some stuff yesterday about some of the haters, from the previous day, and you guys are just awesome. Support you guys showed. I just want to say that I appreciate you all. I've appreciated you guys for years. I really have. I know I get into these spiels where, I do my run through, on the stuff that I say, but I really do appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really do. This stuff has been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun growing with you guys and cashing out with you guys. And, I always hope that you guys do well. I really do. I care. But at the end of the day, like I said, when we miss a pick or a bet, it hurts, but it's part of what we do here. We always have to have a long-term strategy with this stuff. We can't let mediocre days bother us too much. So when we go 2-2, those really shouldn't be that bad of days for you guys. Those are days where you should lose probably a little bit, but you shouldn't lose a lot. Our strategy here for me has always been focus on the straight bets, sprinkle the parlay. So when I say sprinkle the parlay, I'm talking about if you're putting, for example, if you're putting $30 on a straight bet, right, on our bets today, $30 a piece, I'm putting like $4 or $5 on the parlay. I'm not going crazy. And I'm consistently doing that day in, day out. I'm not going crazy, up and stuff, tripling down on bets. You don't want to do that stuff because that's how you give money back to the books. That's how you end up losing in the end. You want to just stay consistent with your process and what you do. Stick to your bankroll strategy. Don't get crazy. Understand that it really is a long-term strategy we're going for here. We're trying to have fun. We're trying to be responsible at the same time, right? We're not trying to lose crazy money. We're trying to have some fun. So I appreciate you guys, though. Check out all of our stuff. Links down below for everything that you guys need. Let's have a great day here before the All-Star break hits. I'm not sure what I'm doing for the All-Star break yet, as far as if we're going to cover some college basketball, some NHL hockey. Maybe there'll be some lines for some All-Star stuff. We'll see what we got. We will have a bets video for tomorrow. I just don't know what it's going to be yet or what we're going to cover yet. I have to kind of get into that today to see what we're going to be looking at and what we're going to have some fun over the weekend too. But obviously with the NBA taking a break, it's going to be a little tricky. So hang in there, guys. We're going to have a great time. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.